I forgot a drink. Damn it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Check the Net. Happy Thursday night. I am Colin. This is Ashley. We just got back from our little vacation in North Carolina, Hope Mills, and Ashley has a new toy for tonight.
I do.
She's got her own microphone.
So you should be able to hear me better. If you cannot hear me, drop it in the comments.
Yeah, got a lot of comments, a lot to talk about. So last episode we did, we were here for, we talked Saturday before Montreal match. We then went on vacation, so it's been a fun ride ever since. Or I lied. Yeah, we were in Montreal. We witnessed the 2 games here, and then we went on vacation, so we haven't been back since. And there's a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about when it comes to the 3 matches that we had, 2 losses, 1 tie. Which, by the way, for the record,
drama.
For the record, I was correct on all 3 outcomes, by the way, just to rub it in your face a little bit. Some drama involving the Sons of Ben, where we stand on that, and just kind of the team going forward, because not, again, we're beating a dead horse at this point, but it's just not
good.
No, it's it's not. Listen, until things go back to where it feels like in 2022, it's going to be negative vibes until then. But at least there was a bright spot in the Red Bull game where Andrew Rick kind of stood on his head a little bit. But again, we were also all on the Ali Zemla train. The first 3 matches that we saw him start. So how much can we trust the 18-year-old? Did play well. I'm not going to sit here and shit on the kid. Kid played well.
Small glimmers of hope.
Yeah, but
I think across all 3 games, small glimmers of hope.
Not the Chicago game. That was not a small glimmer of hope for me in my mind. I didn't watch that. No, I was working.
There was small glimmers of hope there. We just blew it in the end.
Well, that's going to be...
We'll get into that.
That one's going to be mainly your talk because, I was working. I was bartending. Anyway, if you guys want to get a killer mixed drink or killer food, come see me when I work. That's where you go. But yeah, no, there's been... No. Anyway, no, so we got a lot to talk about. We're going to go through it all right about now. Please join in with your comments. Let us know what you think. I did mention that there's going to, most of this is going to be about the drama. Let's just bring that in there. And that's going to be on Beyond the Pitch. And then also that's going to be part of our Fangs Top 5 too. Union Talk is brought to you by SeatGeek. Download the app, choose your game, and use promo code Old City Sports Network for $20. First purchase, use it all the time.
Use all the emails. Get on there, create a free Gmail every single time you want to buy tickets, and you'll get 20% off. And then you never have to sign into that email ever again if you don't want to.
Yeah, no, we did that how many times?
Yeah.
I almost did it when we were down in Carolina, honestly, to see the minor league team that we were next to. But that was, like I said, Carolina was fun. I definitely can't wait for 11 years from now. We're going to be moving down there. So, yeah, so let's get into it. So, like I said, we picked up from the CF Montreal match. We did a show Saturday morning, kind of hoping for something. What is happening to our computer? This is weird. Kind of hoping for some sort of luck.
Hit confirm at the top.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so anyway.
Sorry, we had a computer update.
Yeah.
It's acting like a crazy person.
All right, so again, picking up from Saturday's episode where we were hopeful for a some sort of match.
What were our predictions? Remind me.
Pulling up 3-1 loss with a Bueno goal. Oh, you got a goal. You got a point on that one.
That
actually,
me or was
that was you. You're the first 3.
Okay.
You got a 3-1 loss with a Bueno goal. So hey, you got a point there for Bueno.
And I got lost. We lost.
Yep.
So that's 2 points for me.
And I got a 3-2 loss with a Baribo and McGlynn goal. So obviously we were not feeling the best going into that game, and rightfully so. CF Montreal came out and won convincingly, 4-2. Quick little recap. We had Quinn Sullivan's goal in the 29th minute. Beautiful ball from Harriel. Quinn finding it off the post. I can't forget that one. And then Joseph Martinez, again, the man just is the Union killer. Every time I see he's on the field against us, he scores a goal. Doesn't matter what. Got double my height. He was over my head and made that header.
Yeah.
And then we had a Jesus Bueno goal in the 41st minute. Again, Ashley got that one right.
My point.
Yep, happy for you on that. Going into halftime, feeling okay.
How you feel? How you feel?
At halftime?
We're up 2-1. How do you feel at halftime?
Halftime, I'm sitting here saying, okay, how can we fuck this up? Because this has been the Union way. Sorry. Again, I'm trying to be better with the language. I really, really have been. But again, how it's not how can we, it's how are
How
we going?
will we?
How will we fuck this up? And sure as shit, Union just decide to park the bus. The ghost comes off at the 62nd minute and on for Daniel Gazdag. And again, we didn't have UA, so that was again a very
That's
weird
right.
situation. Yeah, this was a no UA game with Baribo and Donovan up top. Andrew Rick started in goal. Jack Elliott, Jacob Glesnes, Kai Wagner, Nate Harriel, Bueno, Flock, McGlynn, Sullivan, Baribo, and Donovan were the starters. Gazdag came in for Dono, and then Baribo comes off
Late, right?
late in the where's he at? Yeah, 79th minute is when he comes off, and Curtin goes
And he
to
put in Bizo on.
yeah, because it was at that point where
They had already scored the equalizer, so
Yes.
then we were playing for a tie.
Yes.
So he put some Bizo in.
Yep, and we ran a back five. I love Harriel. I'm a big Harriel fan, but when that man goes to the center back position, it's all hell breaks loose. 2 goals in the 90th minute. Once again, Union just can't find a way to seal the deal. Like even just getting a point on the road would be big. But again, that's been the Union way right now, is just finding late ways to lose. Possession wise, 64% Montreal, 35 to the Union. Shots on goal 6-5 in Montreal. Shots attempt 14-8. Like it's just
They outplayed us for sure.
and in a desperation game, which is what that felt like. It felt like an absolute desperation game. They just did nothing. Like it was one of those games where
that's one of those games where if we had come away with the tie, I would have been okay with it.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's the same deal where like we shouldn't feel comfortable. Again, we're at the point where we shouldn't feel comfortable with ties, and we've been saying this for so long. But again, it's
we came out and we scored the first goal, which was nice. They then scored the 2 goals after that, correct?
No, they answered with Joseph Martinez,
and then we scored the Bueno goal.
Yes.
Right. And then they tied it up in the second. I think coming out and scoring first, we have done that a lot this season. We've kind of controlled the beginning of the games when we do score early. But I just think going into that halftime, I don't think it felt as hopeless.
I agree, but at the same time, I'm also going to say I think what are Jim's messages at halftime that this team comes out.
I think it felt more hopeless when
Bizo came in.
Yeah.
Because you went with only Gazdag being your only up top person because
Right.
both your strikers were taken off at that point. Now again, granted, I'm one of the biggest Chris Donovan not haters, but like I don't like him being on the field.
But we didn't have a choice because of UA.
Yeah, I mean, again, but that's the game where I felt like if you were going to change anything instead of doing a 4-4-2 diamond or a 3-5-2, which is what we've been consistently running since 2020, essentially, or we've been doing 4-4-2 diamond, but then we've been doing the 3-5-2 because of Damian Lowe when we added him. Now, there's been one other instance where I said we've ran a 5-4-1. I felt like that would have been the game to do it because if you knew you were going to put Harriel in the back and put him in the middle, that would have been it. You could have also put Mbizo. I'm sorry, not Mbizo. You could put either Baribo up top because he came out after the game curtain said that he had a little bit of a lingering injury. Okay, fine. Gazdag had just come back from international duty, so you wanted to give him some time. The bench wasn't deep, but again, the bench hasn't been deep at all season. But if that was the game that you wanted to run one striker and you went to it at the end of the game, you should have just stuck with a 5-4-1, and you should have just said, you know what, then we'll park the bus that way. We're just not going for points, it feels like. And, when we feel like we're going for them in the dying minutes at the 80th minute where we pull off, or I'm sorry, yeah, I forget whatever. Let's say the 80th minute. You pull them off then, and you're kind of waving the white flag, like, all right, guys, park the bus. If we get a counter with Gaznak on the side, that'll be fine. But the Union have not been good parking the bus. We've clearly seen that all season.
We can't play safe anymore.
No,
That's
and
what
we
we're
haven't
doing.
been able to, and we shouldn't be playing safe. But stop the bleeding in any way, shape, or form. But again, 4-2
Well, I
loss.
can't remember what post-game interview it was, but he was like, you scored this many. I think it was Chicago.
It was probably Chicago. Yeah.
You scored this many goals. You shouldn't have to be worried about winning a game.
Chicago, we're gonna get in when we get into.
And it's like
Chicago.
We've been scoring goals all season. That's not the problem. The problem isn't scoring goals. We're putting the ball in the net. We're just not performing enough to not blow those leads.
I was worried when I saw Rick starting this game because I figured, maybe the first game would have been Ali Zemla's like little slap on the hand, like okay, like the first game they started him.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe then this game Ali Zemla comes back, but no, it's now been apparent after the Red Bull game that on the depth chart Zemla is the 3, and Andre Blake when he's healthy will be back, which looks like he's going to be back Saturday, hopefully.
Oh, really? That early?
It's what they said. Jim said today if he's healthy he'll play. Oh. Same thing with Ua, and
I hope we're not going to bring him back too early though.
I agree, but healthy.
We need something.
I know, yeah. Maybe that'll be the spark. But then again, are you going to risk his injury even more?
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah. Well, like I said, I was surprised to see Andrew Rick come out be the goalie for Montreal, because then in Chicago you let Zemla come out and that took a shit too. And I don't think Zemla's a bad goalie. I'm not going to shit on the dude either. We're just so used to how good Andre Blake has been for the 10 plus years he's been with the Union. Like, I'm sorry, but we have been.
Yeah. Spoiled in that aspect.
Yeah. So we can't.
I think it's hard too. It's his first year in the MLS and he has to come in and back up Andre Blake after an injury. Like, he wasn't expecting that. He was expecting to get in to games to give Blake a rest. Right. And he was going to learn these guys 30. And he was going to be able to have that opportunity to develop. We just threw him in there because Andre Blake got hurt and we're like, be Andre Blake. And he's not. And he hasn't had the time. And I just think, 2-3 years down the road, if he's still playing this way, then yeah, go ahead and sit there and say he's a bad goalie. But I just don't think it's fair to say those things right now, considering the position he's been thrown into.
And I agree with that fully. It's just, there's going to be the Ali Zemla. Yeah, it's been a bad look, and it's been a bad look pretty much all season because, there were a lot of people when he was going through his undefeated, not his undefeated. I'm sorry, like when we were the
good stretch.
When we were the undefeated team, or he was keeping us
afloat.
Yeah. I was a fan of that, and I was sitting here saying, like, there are things that we should be able to, build off of, and it just never felt like he could take that extra step and get that extra confidence from the team or from the defense, because it felt like the defense is whenever.
And our defense, I think, is a huge problem.
Yeah, Jack Elliott
looked bad in these last couple of games.
Yeah, and I think he's actually got a lingering injury. If we're being perfectly honest, I think I saw him limping off at one point. Glesnes hasn't been the same. Kai Wagner, you can argue, still is probably the best left back in the game. But again,
he can't do it by himself.
No, and in reality, too, Wagner would be gone. Wagner's only back because of what had happened in the playoff game last year. It's the only reason he's really back, realistically speaking. So, with that being said, like, this team is just, it's gotten worse.
I'm so tired.
Stop. I know. Yeah, we just drove in this morning.
We got home at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, we just wanted to get an episode in. All right, so last thoughts on Montreal, because I want to get shocked. Yeah, like, that's the normal Ashley recap because that's what it's been. Disappointing 4-2 loss. I said 3-2, and actually I remember saying this. I said I could see it being 4-2. I should have went with 4-2. Terrible, but as we digress. Moving on to Chicago. Now, I did not get to watch this game. I was too busy working, and it was wind down Wednesday where I work, and it was an absolute madhouse there. So I didn't even get to recap it. Nothing. So this is going to be taken away by the lovely Ashley Taylor. So take it away, honey. Let's Give us the lowdown. Read it off. Do whatever you gotta do.
All right. Well, Chicago. We come out. Let's take a look at this lineup really fast to refresh my memory. We come out. Zemla starts. We got Elliott and Glesnes. Bueno gets the start. Wagner, Harriel. Gazda gets the start after international duty. Flock, of course, because he always gets the freaking start. Jack McGlynn, and then Dono got the start, and he got subbed out late. So,
well, he's a ghost, and he doesn't do anything.
We were also still missing Uwa, correct?
Uwa was missing for this game. Oh, I lied. This is the goal. This is the only game
Yes.
that Dono got a goal for.
So we did. So we did. We still were missing Uwa. Bariba was also hurt, which was so we were stuck with what we were stuck with basically. So we come into this game quick, right from the jump, right at the 4-minute mark. Chicago gets a yellow. Shortly after that, I'm sorry, I'm blind. At the 30-minute mark, they come out, they score the first goal. 2 minutes later, Glesnes gets a yellow card. And then about 6 minutes later, Chris Donovan gets a goal, the equalizer goal. This, Colin has been sitting here all season talking about Chris Donovan do something, prove me wrong, prove me wrong, prove me wrong. If Chris Donovan wanted some sort of haha, Colin, I did it. This was not the goal. This was the wackiest friggin' goal I've ever seen in my entire life.
It was a flock shot. I did watch the recap. It was a flock shot, and it just happened to go off of Donovan's
And it got off of Donovan, and he gets the goal. But I will say, watching it from at home, that changed the game for the Union. That changed the game.
They're like, oh shit, we got a goal from the ghost. We're good.
We got the equalizer. We were feeling good. The guys were feeling good. You could see they were re-energized. They were excited for what's to come. Shortly after that, we're in overtime or extra time. Thank you. And we get another goal. So Gaz Daddy, my guy. Gaz Daddy. Good goal. Goes in. I believe that one was a penalty. No,
it was a penalty. Yes, it was.
That one was a penalty. We go into half up 2-1.
Again, we're up 2-1 at half. So what's your now?
I was feeling good this game, quite honestly. After that Donovan goal, everything changed.
Okay.
The vibes were different. The guys looked energized. They looked excited. I think as wacky as that goal was, that set the tone for them to flip that switch.
So now my question too is because they were like, oh shit, we're up 2-1 at half with this ragtag crew.
Yeah. I mean, we were just kind of dealt those cards, and this was the lineup we had to put out, and we were up. That was huge, I think, for them. That was a huge confidence booster.
So then McGlynn gets a goal in the 49th minute.
Yep, beautiful goal.
You're 3-1 at away against Chicago.
Yeah,
that's massive right now because Chicago's battling with us in the bottom of the tier right now too.
And we were massively outplaying them at that point. This was the first game in a long time that it looked like we wanted it. I think we've been saying, they just come out and they don't want it. They come out and they change and they play defensive and they don't want it. This was the game. I was nervous going into half. I was excited because they did look good at the end of the first half. So I was nervous how that was going to change coming into the second half, but they came out with a fire, and McGlynn right away hit that goal, and it just felt
different.
Yeah. It was just like, wow, like they were dealt these cards and they are rolling with it, and they're rolling with it in the right way. And it felt really good. At that point, we were sitting pretty, and it was up 3-1. Lot of fun.
Up 3-1. And then, Gas Daddy gets a yellow card in the 54th minute. And then the substitution of, it's not that it surprised me, but, for what it was worth, Rafa coming on for Dono.
Yep.
I could have seen Marcus Anderson being the substitute, but Rafa, love our boy Rafa, gets him some time, and then it just seems like the Union fell apart,
and that's exactly what happened. And then everything like I said, I posted it afterward. The game was so much fun to watch until it wasn't. They looked good. They were excited. They were energized. We hit that third goal, and it was like we were walking away with that win. And I think once they felt that way, we just stopped playing. we just left it as it was, and we're like, oh well, we're gonna get a point even if they score another goal. Like we'll still win, or if they score 2 goals, we'll still get a point. Like I think that's how it felt afterwards. It's just like we were just playing to get a point. It didn't matter if we got 1 point or if we got 3 points. Like we felt like we were walking away with something at that point. And then they just came out with a vengeance and they absolutely destroyed us in that last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just 3 goals back to back.
Oh, hey, we got a comment. Cody
Back
Kaufman.
to back.
Isn't that pretty much every game this year? Fun to watch until it isn't.
No, some of them are not fun to watch at all. Nope.
No, I mean they really haven't been. I mean, look, buddy, we were at what I don't even remember what game that was, but it was Charlotte. You're right. I was thinking about that. It's Charlotte.
That game was not fun to watch.
Yeah.
I turned that game off at home.
Yeah, we were there. It was not fun at all. So, what do you think changed when you sub on Rafa for Chris? Like,
I don't know, because I don't know that Chris Donovan does enough to make that
much of a difference.
Yeah, like, and I just feel like they stopped pushing. Like
They stopped being aggressive.
They came out. I'm telling you, like, it just felt different when we were up, and then they scored that last goal, and they played like they were walking away with a point no matter what happened.
Okay, so obviously for this segment,
and then we lost.
82nd goal, Kuipers with a goal, 89th minute. I can't see it.
I'm blind.
Gaston Jimenez, 90th minute, and then literally a minute later, Kuipers with another goal. Just terrible. Again,
absolutely awful.
Games that you should win, and that was one of we've been talking about, like games. I think it was the last episode we were going through the schedule. Games you need to win. That was one of them.
Yeah,
you're up 3-1, and you have this ragtag bunch that's out there. You can't lose that game.
Yeah.
Now, again, people are going to blame Zemla. I don't fully blame him. The defense was leaving people unmarked, ball watching, whole 9 yards.
Yeah, that was one of those games that Elliott just absolutely looked like garbage. I mean, he just was never in the right place defensively. He just left Zemla out to dry.
I feel like that's been a recurring theme though.
I would agree with you, and I think Galesnes is on the hook this year as well.
Captain's band too.
As much as I like him, and I think that he does more good than harm most of the time, I feel like there's been a lot of goals where he's been there and hasn't done anything.
I feel like there's been a lot of ball watching on defense this year.
I agree.
So final thoughts on Chicago before we move on. Classic Ashley. Again, my thought is game you had to win, game you should have won. Mm-hmm. I'm at work and my wife's texting me the whole time going, holy shit,
we're up. And then I was like, oh, just kidding, we lost. And he was
goes,
like,
no. It wasn't, oh, we lost. It was, don't check the score. And I go, why? We were just up 3-1. She goes, don't check the score.
Yeah, it got that fast.
I threw my phone at work.
Super fast.
I threw my phone at work. So this one's going to be a quick recap too, because we're talking about the Red Bull game, because we got more important things to talk about in Beyond the Pitch. 0-0 tie against New York Red Bull. Starting lineup, Andrew Rick gets to start.
That honestly shocked me.
What?
0-0 tie.
Yes. Again, go out with a 5-3-2. Rick, Elliott, Lowe, Galesnes, Kai, Harriel, Gazda, McGlynn, Flock, Baribo, Dono. Kind of felt like that was what you were expecting.
Nobody on the bench.
I mean, yeah, you had Quinn, Bedoya was back, so that was great. You had Bedoya and Quinn, Marcus Anderson, and Jeremy Raffanello were your only real players that you could have something. Right. Oh, and Mbaizo. I'm sorry, I forgot about Mbaizo.
Right.
Okay, so substitutions very thin. Again, this team has been depleted all season. Again, that falls on the ownership not helping us out with that. It really does. Let's be honest. Walk away with the 0-0 tie. I'm not thrilled because at home this should be 3 points. We've been saying this for so long that this team was so feared, like walking
at home.
Yeah, and again, here we are 0-0. Now, granted, New York Red Bull is 5th in the East right now, so they were flying. They were playing really, really well as well. But for what we threw out there again, for what this team has been through,
crew of guys.
Yeah, I mean, this was your expected starting 11. Again,
except for Ua.
Ua not being out there. This is your depth. This is what you're going to get at this point. Andrew Rick starting instead of
Well, we are missing Ua. We're missing Dre.
Yeah. So this is your 11 that you're going to get. This is
and Bedoya not getting the start. Yeah. Obviously.
So it's frustrating. So I mean, to come away with a tie, we should have lost that game. Red Bull had at least 4 goals, like maybe not 4.
They had some good attempts.
Maybe 2 or 3 that they actually missed a wide open net for. Andrew Rick did earn man of the match for his amazing saves that he did. He did play very, very well. I'm not gonna take anything away from that game. Surprised he got the start. I'm not gonna lie, but
I am also surprised. I think when the lineup came up, I said to you, like, we know we're gonna lose this game, so we're not even trying.
I didn't feel like that. Most times when I see the lineups drop, I feel that way, but
it was just shocking to me that we were putting Andrew Rick in after Zemla. I know he hasn't been playing great, but he has much, much more MLS experience. And then we played Rick against a team who has been flying.
Yeah.
For me, it was like, oh, well, we don't think we're going to win this game, so we might as well put him in. I get it was the change up. I get they're trying to figure out something that works, that spark, whatever. But for me, I looked at that and I was like, well, we're just doing whatever happens, I guess.
Yeah. Again, there's not much to go summary wise. Sullivan came on for the Ghost at the 55th minute. Bedoya comes on and immediately gets a yellow card 2 minutes later in the 81st minute. And then Mbaizo comes on for a hurt Jack Elliott. I noticed him limping as he came off the field. So summary wise, there's not much to really report.
Surprising. I think more happy surprising than not. I thought for sure we were losing that game.
Yeah.
And I thought for sure it was going to be a doozy. But pretty.
That was a snooze fest.
Pretty. Yeah. I mean, for having a point, I'll take it. Nothing happened. So
it stopped the bleeding from 5 straight losses.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's something to look for. Yeah, but again, still can't find the back of the net at home. Still can't find a win at home. So that's the frustrating part.
Yeah.
That's your final thought on that one? Yay. Cool.
Jazz fingers.
Jazz hands. All right, because then we got to get into this one because this is kind of big too.
I'm going to need a drink.
Beyond the Pitch is brought to you by Righteous Felon. Go to www.righteousfelon. Use promo code OCSN for 50% off best jerky around. Any orders $50 over gets shipped to you for free. We got an order coming in next Monday. I'm pretty excited about that because of how much I've been drinking. And it's actually great for lawn mowing too because you can just pick and choose. So this segment, we're going to talk about something that happened in regards to what?
Weird. Go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to talk about something that obviously we're looking forward to Toronto. As I said earlier, we're going to get Ua back. We're going to get Martinez probably on the bench.
Are we going to get Ua and Dre in the same game?
Dre, supposedly, if Dre is healthy, he will play, is what I read. Martinez should come back from Venezuela from the national team duty.
You think they'll play him right away or put him on the bench?
No, he'll be on the bench because Flock's Curtin's boy. Yeah, that's we're gonna get most of our starters back, which is great news. But we got something that we're gonna talk about in regards to the Red Bull game. So obviously, with the fan base, we as a whole are really, really annoyed with how cheap, and we've been saying it for the past 3-4 episodes, how much this team's driving us nuts with the inability to spend, the unwillingness to go out and get a big name player. And it's showing. It's showing on the pitch right now for us in regards to, where we were 2 years ago, the people that we've brought in, which haven't fit in, except for really Damian Lowe. That's really been it. Mm-hmm. And yeah, the fans are displeased. The fans, I mean, the fact that we've done nothing to this roster. So there was a lot of talk and a lot of chatter on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, everywhere about, well, Sons of Ben, let's do something. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Step up. Let's make this kind of a thing. And there was nothing. There was rumor. There was we were told, hush, hush. We got a plan. We have a plan. We have a plan. And
What did it come out 30 minutes, an hour before the game?
no, it came out. No, because so the Sons of Ben tweeted. They posted something on Instagram.
I wish we had it.
You can pull it up on Instagram actually on your phone because I know I sent it to you. So they pulled it up on Instagram and it was very impossible to read. And it was something along the lines of, "We have a plan. We're going to tweet it out from our head capo."
It literally made no sense.
Yeah, our head capo is going to come out with say something later. Okay. You have it?
Yeah, I'm getting it. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, wait. So they tweeted this on Instagram, or sorry, they posted this on Instagram. Then because he couldn't read it,
they attached a PDF.
Yes.
Obviously, because that makes sense.
The plan was to have no plan. Exactly. Times Cody Kaufman.
Okay.
Yes.
Here we go. We, the SOB board and capo pool, have heard the call for protests and statements regarding the current state of the team and the apparent lack of resources being put into the team. I called for a meeting between the board, capo, and former board members who served with me in 2015 to discuss how we, the Sons of Ben, will protest. This meeting took place on July 1st. With the caveat that they should not do anything that would put the SOB as an organization at risk, the capo pool and board met and all ideas were discussed, including suggestions from other members to anonymous social media posts. My other point of emphasis to those in attendance was not to abandon the players or let it to be questioned
Wait, hold on. You said anonymous Facebook?
Anonymous.
Twitter? So we have Twitter burner accounts for the Sons of Ben. That's hilarious. I didn't catch that. That's actually hilarious.
This was something asked by Jim Curtin when I spoke to him on June 21st. So Jim's obviously very concerned. Everyone in attendance was given the right to speak, and those not in attendance had their points read aloud. In the end, there is no one answer or course of action that would reflect all of our membership base wants done. No, there is. There is nearly identical to the board discussions in 2015. I spent the last few weeks reading through them looking for guidance. The capo pool, this was all in a picture. I just want to reference that because they have taken the picture down and because only linked the PDF. This was in a picture that they posted. The capo pool and board members have decided on a course of action that will start today, July 6th, that will allow individual Sons of Ben and Union fans to join as they see fit. So, if you're a Sons of Ben member, like join or don't, like it really cares.
You do you, boo-boo.
Yeah, basically. I know that, quote, "we have a plan," unquote, has not been the reassuring message some wanted to hear. But the shrouded nature is required so nothing can be done as a countermeasure. So they're super concerned about losing their stature. Jared, head capo, will be announcing the plans later this morning, as well as capo and board members sharing at the tailgate and the game. Kenny Hansen used to tell me he'd back me no matter what, usually followed by something like, "just don't be an idiot." And I extend the same support to my capo pool and board members. I want to give 2 quotes to help clarify my personal stance and how I will continue to guide the board, the capo pool, and this group. This is a quote. "Please keep in mind, the Sons of Ben exist to support the players on the field and their manager, but we also feel that our members have the right to express their displeasure with ownership when our club is not performing the way that they should be. This is to be a two-way street. When you have supporters as passionate as the Sons of Ben, sometimes it isn't always going to be exactly the type of passion that you want," unquote. That is from the SOB president from 2013 to 2014. The next quote is, "At a football club, there's a holy trinity, the players, the manager, and the supporters." That's from a player and a manager. And then he signs the letter. So this was all posted in a photo that basically said, we want to do something, but we're like super duper close with the front office and we don't want to lose any of our privileges. So we're going to do something,
but we're not going to tell you what.
But it's going to be so small. Okay, so that nobody gets mad.
So then the plan was tweeted out by our head capo, giant megaphone guy named Jared, that they were going to sit in silence for 5 minutes to represent the five-game losing streak that they have. And every minute and every loss after that would be...
They add a minute.
They add a minute. Congratulations, you accomplished.
What a protest, honestly. Truly, that'll show them.
That'll show them. I'm sorry.
Not for nothing, but when you first started taking me to Union games, everyone was loud. Everyone was chanting. There wasn't so many of us in the river end. I went to the river end was packed.
That was mid COVID, wasn't it?
Yes.
Like, yeah. So
It wasn't as packed as it is today, but everyone was on their feet. Everyone was clapping, cheering, chanting.
now, granted, we were
It
in the midst of our like hot streak.
now no one around us is chanting.
You can
No one, I
hear.
mean, like, we join in and like I can hear myself chanting. Like it's already quiet. So what is 5 minutes of silence gonna do? Like, it's
Especially the first 5
already
minutes.
so quiet.
Especially the first 5 minutes of the game. Love a good 5 minutes of silence. Yeah, because then literally, like, it was like, okay, everybody showed up late, and then it was just a delayed start because then they did the same exact chants the whole time
The
again.
entire time.
And I applaud Keystone State Ultras because they were the only ones that felt like they did something. Kelly Jean, my Inter Miami cousin, so sad. Yeah,
It's very sad.
buddy, I want you to fly up here, and so I can slap the shit out of you. It was extremely sad.
Kelly, next time you come to Pennsylvania, you can have my ticket and you go to the Union game.
Not in a messy jersey, I promise you. But I applaud the Keystone Ultras because when this was all happening, do y'all need a hug?
A
Kelly?
hug would be nice.
I need you. You can sit here and just listen to us rant, buddy. Okay. Because now I feel like how you felt before, Messi showed up because you guys were irrelevant for so long. I don't want to hear shit from you. I applaud the Keystone Ultras because during those 5 minutes of silence, they were chanting "Sell the team." They were chanting other things.
They brought in signs.
They brought in signs.
Got confiscated, but they brought in signs.
And in my opinion, those things did more than what the 5 minutes of silence did because we had Talking Broad that was talking about the Philadelphia Inquirer was talking about them, that they were being confiscated. That's what
I saw more videos about that than I heard anything about
the 5 minute protest. There's other
and not for nothing. You're gonna do 5 minutes of silence while broadcasters are on TV talking. Like,
they don't care.
They're just gonna talk over the silence. So that did nothing.
Cody Kaufman, how about that sign getting taken? What a joke.
That's a whole other thing.
That's like they had
talk about not freedom of speech.
Yeah. I mean, again, the guy's doing his job and they name dropped him. I'm not going to name drop him because it's not really my right to at this point. Soft front office must have had their feelings hurt.
Exactly.
That's exactly what us. And
they didn't want it on TV.
No, and I heard, because they don't want the negativity. I heard something too that while at Montreal, Sugarman actually showed up to the game, and the Sons of Ben and Union fans that were there were actually chanting at him, "Sell the team," and he walked away from it. Sugarman's not going to sell the team as much as we want him to. The MLS is making so much money off of the Apple TV and Messi contract right now that they don't have to worry about it. So as much as we all want as Union fans for him to sell the team and for him to do something, he's walking to the bank right now and just laughing at us. There's going to be nothing changing. I promise you. Cody Kaufman chiming in paper bags over our faces next game. Damn you. Damn you. Oh, I wish I would have put that in my top 5. So our top 5 is going to be something new. And Cody, damn you. I didn't put that one on. That's fucking good. Sorry for my language again. I'm trying to be better. But yeah.
We should have got Cody to make a top 5.
I think Cody did because I already told him what it was going to be. But Cody chiming in with that one. Yeah. I mean, so that's kind of the main point that we're getting at. There's a lot of the Sons of Ben that I'm friends with, and we go down to our games and have our little clique, and a lot of people that we could talk to say what's up to, but that was the dumbest protest I've ever heard.
The Sons of Ben is very divided. I feel like
it's extremely divided.
There are Sons of Ben members and capos, people involved who are absolutely wonderful, who will sit there and then we'll talk completely candid about the team.
Kettle, Mello. You guys, you all know who you are as we're addressing.
And then there are other folks who, if you say one negative thing, oh, that game last week was ass, immediately jump down your throat about how you're not a real fan, how you don't, we have to stay positive. And it's like, I've never in a fan base been that criticized about having an opinion. Like, Colin and I joke that all our teams are ass,
which my teams are. Except for North Carolina. It's the only thing I have going for me right
So,
now.
like, there are times when you're just frustrated and you're just annoyed and you want something to change. And
Ain't that right, Cody?
and we sit there and we'll talk about it on Twitter, and you get into debates with people here and there. But I'm all for a healthy debate, but like there are just some people I feel like in that group that absolutely don't want to hear anything that is not their opinion.
So
right? Their opinion is it, and that's it, and you can't say anything else, or you get like blacklisted.
that's like a lot of the people too that also are Jim Curtin out people. They're the same way.
Right.
Like I'm not on the Jim Curtin out like because I think he's a bad coach or anything. I think we're at the Andy Reid point in his career with us where maybe it's just time for something new. Like that's the only reason why I will say anything about Jim Curtin out. Hold on. Cody, what are you saying? Yeah, like when NC choked 20 points. I don't want to talk about that. Why do you got to bring up bad memories for me? I know. I even asked you to join in live because you actually get a chance to, and you're just bringing up bad things for me. Appreciate you, bud.
Classic Charles.
Yeah. Well, his name's not Cody Kaufman, boys, ladies and gentlemen. It's Charles.
If you ever see Cody at a game, make sure you never call him Cody. You can call him any other name in the universe. His name's not Cody.
So back to what I was saying, like there are some fans that are split down the middle with Jim Curtin out. I'm not calling for his head, calling for his job like I was Greg Berhalter with the U.S. men's national team. That dude should have been fired 5 years ago. I don't care what anybody says about that. I'm not saying Jim deserves to be fired, but he's working obviously with what he's got, and that's very evident. It's very apparent. I think, if he actually was given the full-on support from ownership to actually get the talent, get the players and everything. Like if he was LAFC's manager, dude, LAFC would have 4 straight titles. I think he's that good of a coach. I do. But we're dealt the hand that we
he's limited by
Yes. He's limited by everything in Philadelphia. Yes. The fact that this past offseason or the winter transfer window that we had, the fact that we went out and just replenished everybody from Union 2, whether they were local boys or anything. Chris Donovan's a prime example. He's the only reason we brought him in is because he went to Drexel. That dude is not an MLS player, but he went to Drexel, so he's got to be a Philly roster. Cody chiming in. God, could you imagine the blow up Colin would have Greg got hired as the Union head coach? Dude, I would absolutely kill myself.
He would just sell all of his unions.
I would never go.
It would be like super silent. Like all of a sudden you'd be on Facebook and Marketplace would pop up and be Colin like all of his jerseys.
I wouldn't sell my jerseys. No. I wouldn't sell my jerseys.
Our big sign outside that we have, the Philadelphia Union sign that's on the fence, that one would just be gone.
I would never.
Our cutting board in the kitchen
would have Berhalter's face on it with a knife through it. No, like it. Again, I'm not. But that's part of where I'm at. Is it's so divided. I've never seen a fan base on Twitter, Instagram, everything that they're fighting with each other so much.
Like about the same thing. Like everyone's angry about the same thing, but everyone's going about it in a different way. And it's like nothing is good enough for anybody.
No.
And it's like the people that were like, the 5-minute protest is such a good idea.
It was a success because we got a meeting with the owners.
Yeah.
You don't have the meeting because of your 5-minute protest. You got the meeting because of the Keystone Ultras bringing in the signs, and because they're not the ones that are the credentialed ones. Like they're not the ones that are certified. I think that's what it is. They're certified to be there. Keystone is too, but they're not like on the board or something. It's something weird.
Yeah, they have something that they're allowed to hang their signs or whatever.
Yeah. So you got it, TIFO. So you got this because of the signs being taken down. You didn't get that down because of your 5-minute protest.
They want to put that fire out, and the Sons of Ben are the only ones who have that relationship in order to try to put that fire out.
Yes.
And I just don't think they're doing enough, quite honestly. We're both Sons of Ben members, and I just don't think 1 minute added on each time is going to do anything. I mean, you're sitting here at home watching Apple TV. They're still going to talk over the broadcast. They're not going to listen. It's not going to be 6 minutes of silence on Apple TV.
The commentators are not going to mention it too. Like, the Sons of Ben are quiet.
Exactly.
No, they hear what they're gonna hear is they're gonna hear like the sell the team chants, or they're gonna notice the sign that's the giant sign that's saying the sugar ain't sweet no more, Sugarman out.
Yeah.
That's what the competition. They're not gonna sit there and be like, the Sons of Ben are sitting down and pretty
Yeah.
quiet
I
for
just feel
5
like
minutes. Now, if they were doing it for the whole game,
different
that's
story.
a different story.
Different story. Absolutely.
Or if the section was completely empty, they're gonna be like, oh shit, something's
different
up.
story.
5 minutes of silence
Does nothing.
does nothing. Because then you went right back to doing everything again. You were just cheering, chanting, doing, and again, you could just hear the megaphone. Realistically, when you watch it at home, the only things that you can really hear are the megaphone and the Keystone Ultras. So we're at 5.5 minutes because we had a draw then? No, we're going to be at 6 minutes then. It's probably what it'll be.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Guess we'll
I don't
get
care.
more direction from the head capo before the next
Yay.
game.
Yay. Can't wait. Fearless leader. But one thing I'm going to say too, they left the tifo that said help wanted.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. It's like you guys know exactly what everybody's feeling, right? You're the ones who have the voice. You're the ones that have the connection with the front office. You're sitting there in the parking lot making a sign that says help wanted, and then you don't bring it in.
So your move was to, we're just gonna let it be out there to be seen, but not bring it into the stadium. Well, we couldn't
Because
bring
you
it into
don't
the
want
stadium.
it to be seen on TV because you don't want to injure your relationship with the front office.
Then you're gonna.
Then you're doing nothing.
That's
Then there's
accomplishing
no point in the protest.
It's not. So that's the protest part of this Beyond the Pitch segment that we're going to talk about. The next thing is we're going into Toronto with everything coming back. I'm actually feeling relatively good about this. I think probably a 2-2 tie, but we'll get into that in the 90th minute because we got that. And I forgot to look. We have another game as well. Wednesday against the Revolution. Ooh. We may go to. We may go to.
We may find ourselves at. I think I actually changed the ticket, so we have one for Kylie.
Sweet. So we may catch you guys down at that game.
Anybody's down on that Wednesday game, you might catch the folks down there.
Hopefully I don't work. But yeah, so that's
Andrew, he's off.
Huh? Oh, Andy. Andy, if you're watching,
don't schedule a Colin for Wednesday.
Cody Kaufman is going. Yay. Hey,
we're busy. We have to go to the game with Carlos.
Hitch a ride, buddy. Come on over. We'll drive together again. Or if you want to go down to go meet Steve or something, whatever. Just let us know what you want to do. All right. Fangs Top 5 coming up, and we're going to.
It's a fun one, guys. Stick around for this one. This is a good one.
Cody, I hope you have your list ready too, bud.
It's a good one.
All right, Fangs Top 5 is brought to you by Old City Sports Network. Jesse Bell, everybody, love you. Thank you. Visit www.oldcitysports.com. Use promo code Old City for 15% off site-wide to grab your OCSN. Check the net merch.
There's a lot up there.
Flyers Alley, Whole Nine Panorama. I keep saying that wrong.
Center Ice.
Living Room Show. 2nd and 15. Quit
Pub
chasing.
And Grub.
Yep, there's a lot of
merch up there, and there's some good stuff on there. So definitely take a look.
If you want to support me and Ashley, look, there's our logo. You're gonna have a nice shirt on it.
They have little Christmas ornaments. I think I'm gonna get one for our Christmas tree.
I'm down.
But there's a lot of really cool stuff on there. So if you got somebody who's really into the shows that we have going on, or really just into a specific sport, grab them some merch, get them onto the network. We got some good stuff coming up. With some articles coming out. Colin and I are teaming up on that.
Yep. She's the typer. I'm the one.
I'm the word person. Colin's the brains. So
yeah. So it's gonna be a combined one.
So check it out. Support us in any way that you can. It only just helps the network grow and continues to get our
names out there.
Our little show out there, so that more people can chime in about how awful it's been.
Yeah. It'd be a lot better if this was going great. It really would. Because, so normally, like we said, our Fangs Top 5, we normally do our 5 takeaways from the past week. So obviously, shit show. Let's wrap it up. There's our top 5.
Top 5. It sucks.
Ass.
Everything sucks, and I'm dying.
And I wish I had Lionel Messi, but we're too cheap, and we still are paying his contract. So anyway, this week,
we switched it up. We're trying to bring some life back to this fan base.
I think Ashley's drunk. So This is a fun one for us. It's going to be our top 5 things that we would have suggested for a protest instead of a 5 minutes of silence.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I kind of hope that this reaches people because I would love to give this my ideas for this.
Yes.
Really
And
do.
if you have ideas, check
Cody,
in. Throw them in the comments so we can discuss them because this is a fun topic.
yeah, ladies first.
Okay, we're going 5-1.
Yeah, like normal.
Okay. 5 for me. Everyone loves the river end. Everyone faces the river for the entire 90 minutes instead of staring at the pitch.
That's so dumb. What?
Don't look at the pitch. Stare at the river. You love
thank
the river
God.
so much, just stare at it.
Thank God that's your number 5 because holy hell. What the fuck?
Number 4.
She's drunk.
Instead of our chants, we learned all the Red Bull chants and do that with their supporter section instead of ours.
It's ballsy. Jesus Christ. She's unhinged tonight, guys.
I'm always unhinged.
No, tonight's pretty
Number
bad.
3. Everyone in the supporter section wears some variation of the t-shirt, sell the team, or Sugarman out. In white t-shirts, black writing, so it will be seen on TV.
Yeah, then what are you gonna do? Confiscate my t-shirt?
Yeah,
I'm
take my
naked
t-shirt.
underneath.
Okay.
You
Good
can't
luck.
take a woman's t-shirt then.
Good luck, buddy. Number 2, just not show up at all. No to the tailgate, not to the game, and don't sell your tickets. So it's just an empty river end. And number 1, this one's the most controversial on my list.
Oh no.
Sell all of our tickets to Red Bull fans.
Or just away fans. Let's just say away fans.
Well, I'm specific because it was the Red Bull game.
So mine's going forward. That's
okay. So then away fans.
Let me address that. Mine's going forward because this is what I think you should have done and probably could have done going forward. Number 5, and this is why it's number 5, and it's the least likely because we know how well the Sons of Ben work with the Keystone Ultras, Dupin Delinquents, Ben's Bastards, and Corner Creeps. Let's do a unified chant. Let's all of us together do a unified chant at certain times of the game that either represent sell the team or Sugarman out. I'm tired of the separate shit we got going. I'm tired of the Keystone Ultras chanting sell the team, but the Sons of Ben are quiet. Or, the Corner Creeps don't. All of y'all get together. That's what it should have been.
Plan it out.
Plan it out. And at the 10-minute mark, y'all chant sell the team.
Everyone was in on pay Kai Wagner.
Yeah.
So we can do it. We figured it out before.
So let's all of y'all shut up, stop, settle down with your egos, and let's all do something unified at the 10-minute mark, the 20-minute mark, 30, 40, at the fucking 10-minute marks of every
the 10-minute interval.
Yeah. Do something then. Number 4, actually bring in the fucking TIFOs instead of leaving it in the parking lot. Come on. Bring in the TIFOs, bring in the signs. Stop being cowards on that.
Hang them up. What are they going to do? Take them?
Cool. They took them from the Keystone Ultras, but guess what? You got your message across then. Because now you got people talking about it. You got people like Rush Joy that are his whole show was about the Sons of Ben and everything. If you haven't heard his segment on his show.
Good. That was a good segment.
I want to shake Russ's hand. I really, really do. Mike Barrera went in on everybody that was about this thing too. Mike, kudos to you. Jimmy King, same deal, man. You guys I love watching you guys on Twitter. Loved it. Loved it. I hope you guys are listening and watching. Cody, drop yours whenever you want to, bud. Number 3, how about we watch the game from the tailgate, projector style, and leave this river end empty?
That's not a bad one.
Why not? Let's not march in. All right? Let's not march in. Let's watch the game from there. Do our chants from the Sons of Ben lot. If we have, we advertise it for everything. Why not keep the food going then too? People buy the bracelets for the Sons of Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go to Union Yards because obviously that's a Sugarman thing. Stay in the Sons of Ben. Load up on food, guys. Just watch the game there. I don't care. The stadium's right there. Cool. Because they're going to have a direct line to it, so it's not going to be delayed.
Mm-hmm.
Watch the game from the lot. Why not? I think that's a great one. I really do.
I do too. I think that's a good one.
Number 2, here's one. If you want to go into the stadium so bad, let's watch the game from the concourse and leave the river end empty.
That's
There's all the
another good
TVs
one.
there. There's all the TVs around. Let's watch the game from the concourse. Let's make the noise from under the stadium. Like, oh, where's that coming from? Because it's not coming from the river end because the river end's empty. There you go. You can make your sell the team chance there or something. Okay. Damn.
Every podcast.
I know. I have some good
Every time
ones.
we're live.
So that's number 2. Number 1 is the simplest one I think you could have done. You should have just sat the whole fucking game and stayed quiet. That's the easiest one. Then that's number 1 for me because that's the simplest one you should have done. You should have just stayed quiet the whole game and just sat. Didn't have to have the drums going. Didn't have to do all that stuff. That's what you should have done, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as shit.
Yep.
Cody Kaufman with his top 5.
Here we go.
Cody Kaufman. Number 5, whole game with no chance.
Yep. Easy.
Yeah. Number 4, disregard the no opponent color rule in the river end.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Well, you just said. You two kind of were the same because you said just let the opponents buy.
Yeah, but fuck it. Don't even wear union shit. Wear whatever the fuck you want.
Cody with the same one as me. Spend the first half in the concourse instead of our seat. There
Smart.
you go. Silent walk. Number 2, silent walk in after tailgate or just not one at all. Yes.
Smart.
We have kind of the same ones.
And number 1,
paper bags. That was a smart one. I got to give you credit on that one.
Who's handing them out? Are we handing them out at the tailgate?
Paper bags?
Are we all bringing our own? Is it BYO bag?
I think it's
BYOB. Bring your own bag.
Oh my god, she's so drunk, guys. She's so drunk.
I'm so fucking tired.
Tired and drunk. This is great, Ashley. Great Ashley comments. Cody, I agree with we have kind of the same one, Code. If we're being perfectly honest, that's actually a good one. I will give you the paper bag one. My number 1 was the most realistic one I think we could have done. That's where my list was. Because the most unrealistic one was working with KSU, Ben's Bastards, and Dupin Delinquents because nobody wants to work together.
I think we all had a version of that. Like you said, just sit. Cody said, no chance. And I said, face the river end.
Yeah. I said sit the whole game.
Yeah, I said face the river end for 90 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Face the opposite way.
My number 1 actually says what I've written down. Just sit the whole game with signs and T-shirts saying sell a team and just stay quiet. So that was literally right there. But that's our top 5. Big fan of this one.
They were good. Tweet us yours.
Yeah, I definitely would like to hear.
We're excited about this topic.
Yeah, because listen, granted, we're not on the board. And I don't think we're ever going to. We're not Capos. We're not going to be invited to the board. I guarantee that in my life. And I don't care. I was passionate about being a Sons of Ben member, and I loved it. After what they did against Red Bull, I'm so disgusted. That was a disgrace. I'm sorry it was.
What are we paying for, honestly? What are we paying for in our membership if we're not going to have people that stand up for the things that us as fans?
We pay for the scarf that we get and the little coin chip and a bunch of the other.
I don't know what my coin chip is.
They're actually in the bag that's right there. But that's the point, is the bag that we get for being a Sons of Ben member is right over there. We haven't touched it. I'm looking for,
it also just feels like a lot of times you give your opinion and it's like, okay, great. And then it goes unheard. The only opinions that matter are the people that are on the board, that are capos. And they have their own. They really don't give a shit what anybody else thinks. They don't want to risk their status or their
status quo.
Yeah, their relationships with, the front office, Super Park, whatever it might be. And it's like, well, what's the point then? What's the point of having a supporter section if we're not going to cause a little chaos every once in a while?
We're Philly. Let's cause some chaos.
Especially in Philadelphia.
Right? I just don't.
Jim Curtin said the best. It's Philly. You're going to hear when people are upset. So we're upset. Why aren't we doing more about it than just staying quiet?
The summer transfer window is going to be interesting. It really is.
It's going to be bad, I think, for us.
Yeah. You think about it too. Since the 2022 title, so I know we're in Fang's top 5, but I'm going to just ask this real quick. Since the 2022 title, we've lost more than we've gained. Mm-hmm. Where do we go from here to get us back to that? What do you what do we think we can happen? We lost Carranza. We didn't even win a trophy with him. I guarantee it. Ua and Gazdag are being like, fuck this. I'm out soon.
I just feel like all the guys are. I just feel like, what's the point of playing for a organization who has no interest in at going anywhere. They're good. They make their money. They have a full list of season ticket members, which has a wait list. They have all of this merch that we walk into the store and buy every fucking game. We all go to concessions because we're not allowed to bring fucking reusable water bottles in. So even if all you're getting is a fucking bottle of water, that's $7 out of your pocket. And, if you're like us and you're drunk and have the drunk munchies, what we spend $50 to $100 every time we fucking walk into that stadium. And what's the point? Everything at that point is profit for them. So as angry as we are, as annoyed, as much as we want to sit here and protest, why should they change? Unless we get the entire fan base to walk into Subaru Park and not spend a fucking dollar.
Good luck.
What is the point for them?
Yeah, they don't care. All right. Well, that's our last topic on Fang's Top 5 and to our predictions. The 90th minute is brought to you by Warlord Beard Oil. Warlord Beard Oil. Wow. Go to warlordbeardoil.com. Use promo code OLDSPORTS for 15% off beard oils, body wash, soaps, slag, much, much more. I definitely use it for my beard because my son loves grabbing it. Stop it. Drunky. Jesus Christ. So, in our little game, let's recap real quick because
I think we got some good points last week.
So it was 1-1 as
Okay.
of 6 last of la. So it was 1 point for everything that we got right, except for man of the match. You got 3 points. No, I lied.
No.
Correct score and result.
And
was
result
3
was 3 points.
Result was it's the correct result 1 point. Goal score is 1 point for every goal score. 1 point for man of the match.
Yes.
So Ashley Taylor, it
I
was 1-1. Stop talking.
Sorry.
It was 1-1 as of our last episode.
Yes.
Ashley gained 2 points because of a 3-1 loss and a Bueno goal. So now it is now. I'm going to do this because it'll say 3-1. Just so I can pay attention because I'm an idiot. So I then said
you also had a loss.
What's up?
You also have a loss.
I have everything. I had every score right. So I had loss against Montreal, loss against Chicago.
And a tie. So that's 3.
It's 3 points. So it's 4-3 in favor of me. Yeah. That's what I thought. Whatever. All right. So 4-3. Colin up. So this weekend we have, let's pull them up because we could either do a show probably Sunday night if we wanted to and just do one episode before we hit New England, or we can do Thursday night before the Nashville game. It doesn't matter to me. I really don't care. But we can just do our Toronto and New England predictions, and then we'll get, if worst comes to worst, then we have a free 90th minute next time. So
sweet.
Saturday, Toronto. What do you think?
Oh, where's Toronto sitting right now?
Oh crap! I closed them out. They're up top. They're on. I think they're at sixth.
Top,
I think they're 6th in the East. Give me a second. Toronto, where are you? No, they're right in the middle. 23 points. Wow. Okay. They're fighting for a spot too. I thought they were higher up.
All right. Well, then I'm going to say a tie.
Give me a score.
I'm going to go with 1-1.
1-1 tie. Goal score?
My goal score is going to be... I think I'm going to go McGlynn.
McGlynn. No, he can't. He's not playing. McGlynn and Harry are gone for USA duty.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Same. I should have mentioned that from the start.
Alrighty then. So then I'm gonna go with Baribo.
Got a tie goal. So we got Baribo be man of the match then.
Yep.
Okay. New England Wednesday night.
New
They're
England,
right above us. So
and that's a must-win game for us.
And that's at home on a Wednesday.
I'm going with a 1-0.
1-0 win?
1-0 win for us. Can't all be bad.
Score.
Ua's going to be back, we think?
It was supposed to be back Saturday.
So I'm going to say Ua.
And Ua man the match?
Yep.
All right. Now, again, this things could change because we may do an episode Sunday night or Monday night before we go down
We
to
can
the
always
game.
come up with a new topic for the 90th minute.
Well, we can just... Honestly, things could change, too. Like, if we just get blown out, I'm like, all right, cool. We can just switch it.
True.
So, Saturday, because I ain't feeling it, 3-1 loss.
Wow.
We do not play well in Toronto. We're on the road, and I'm just... You know what? No, sorry, 3-2. I'm gonna change that. 3-2.
Okay.
Because I think it's going to be the same deal. Maybe we'll go in 2-1 again.
And then come out and blow it.
Yeah. I'm going to go Bueno because I love the form he's in. And I'm going to give Ua some love because I just think the guy, I think the world of him. I really do. And then Wednesday, actually, I'm going to be different in here. I'm going to say 1-1 tie.
Okay, I can see that. That was my original thought, but you know what? I'm going to give them some positivity this time.
I'm not. Until they win a game, I'm not going positive. Until they win a game, I'm not going to say a win. I just don't. 1-1 tie. And then, God, if I know, Gazdag.
Good choice.
Gaz on a penalty, and Gaz will be mad. Or actually, you know what? I'm going to say...
Are you going to put the goalkeeper up?
Whoever's goalkeeping, yes. If it's Andre Blake, if he's back, then Andre will be my man of the match. But yes.
Wow, you got spicy that time.
I have to. Look, got to give people something to have them listen to. So that's our show. We got a nice little rant session out. Hopefully, it reaches some people. I kind of would giggle at that. I'm not gonna lie. Subscribe to our YouTube page. It's youtube.com @Old City Sports Network 4787 for all your Old City Sports Network content. As we mentioned in the Fangs Top 5, we got a lot of shows, a lot of different varieties for everybody. Again, we don't have a Sixer show, but we have kind of everything else.
If you're interested in hosting a Sixer show, we can hook you up with the right person.
Yes, we can. Jesse Bell. Love that dude.
He loves adding to the network. He loves getting new content out there. And he's just super supportive of everything that
we've done.
That really you have to say, he's not a big soccer guy, but he took a chance on some soccer folks. And I think we've been trying to do our best to just make it as accessible as we can.
Yeah, that's for sure. And, we kind of have the I don't give a shit attitude either like he does. So
yes.
We speak out.
He's super easy to get along with. So you got any ideas, feel free to get in touch with either one of us. We can get you in touch with the right people.
Jesse, I need a living room show debut again. Well, Ashley does. I already got my debut.
And like we said, we're going to have some articles coming out, not only just from Check the Net, but from across the different shows across our network. So if you're a big Philly person, feel free to follow the Old City Sport Network page, both on Facebook, Twitter. I don't know if we're on Instagram. I think we are.
Check. Yeah, they are.
But that's where you can get your content from. Some good articles coming out. A little bit different views, not so much just gameplay, but a little bit more opinionated from the folks who host all of our shows. So good stuff out there. Share it, like it, buy our merch, support us in any way you can, and then we'll be allowed to continue to talk shit about the Union.
Anybody that is also agreeing with anything Ashley says, she loves high noons and loves tequila. So just feed her stuff and
if you're interested in talking about tequila, hit me up. The Rangers, tequila, the Union.
Her Twitter name's underneath, guys, to check
I'm also a Cowboys fan, but like that, we just I block a lot of people during football season. They get put timeout.
Morgan Watkins.
Yeah, specifically.
Right. Well, that's our show, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We will be in touch with y'all probably, like I said, Sunday night will probably be something. If not, probably Tuesday night or Thursday night. So,
whenever we get around to it. We have children. We're old. We go to bed early.
Always agree.
We used to be young and full of hope, and now we're not.
We have 2 kids, so now it kicks our ass. Always agree with Ashley. Keeps your life easy. Trust me. Yeah, he has to try to get on her good side.
Yeah, he's always trying to get on my good side. That Jose over there.
All right, guys. Well, appreciate y'all. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
See ya.